brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down, we reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy, dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game, this is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go.
What's up and what's good? Good evening. And welcome to AllAboutSports216 Cleveland Browns post-game show. Today is a good day. The Cleveland Browns pulled one out of the mud today by defeating the Green Bay Packers 13-10, where they scored 13 points in the last 3 to 4 minutes of the game. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. Congratulations. It was a tough, gritty, defensive ball game in which the Browns pulled through. And they did a couple of things that they needed to pull through. But first, let me go to a few things real quick. First of all, the chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at me. The chat lines are open. First of all, the chat lines are open. If you're watching on X, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Instagram, the chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at me. But the Cleveland Browns today pulled it out the mud today, defeating the Green Bay Packers 13-10. The Browns are now 1-2 on the season. Next week, they'll be traveling to Motown to take on the Detroit Lions, which should be an interesting game. Should be a definitely interesting game. But like I said, the Cleveland Browns won and everything and stuff like that. But I'm going to get to some key points of the game. I'm going to get to some key points of the game first. Well, I'm going to go to my keys of the game. But first, I'm going to do a live read real quick from my sponsor. Got to get that done to pay the bills. Anointed Angel Apparel, where faith, family, and fashion come together. From stylish t-shirts and cozy sweatshirts to dazzling bling rhinestone shirts that shine with purpose. We design every piece with God at the center. But we don't stop there. Discover personalized tumblers, beautiful photo slates, custom engraving, and even UV 3D textured home decor items that make your house a home. In every design, Anointed Angel Apparel carries a message of hope, faith, and love, because we're more than just a brand. We're a family business devoted to lifting up the name of Jesus. Shop with us today and wear your faith boldly. Anointed Angel Apparel, where your testimony becomes your style. Email anointedangel.apparel.com for a custom consultation. And I'm back. The Cleveland Browns won today 13-10 over the Green Bay Packers, in which it was a defensive struggle. Very defensive struggle. The Browns defense, man, I'm just going to say this. Defense ain't no joke. Ain't no joke. That front seven with Miles, Schlesinger, Devin Bush, Malik Collins, Mason Graham, Alex Wright, Isaiah McGuire, that front seven, ain't no joke. And I'm going to go to some of the keys of the game, which I had here, especially on defense. Especially on defense, because the defense did the damn thing today. The defense did the damn thing. Browns basically controlled the running game. They basically had the Packers' running game in check. As I'm about to go to some of the stats here. As far as with Green Bay, they held Jacobs 16 carries, 30 yards. Wilson, 6 carries, 25 yards. So they stuffed the running game. Pressure Jordan Love. Jordan Love today was 18 of 25 for 183 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and was sacked 5 times. So the Browns defense did their job. Basically, they had communication in the backfield. They had 1 or 2 plays, but it didn't kill them. Didn't kill the Browns. A pass interference called late in the game in the fourth quarter when the Packers was driving before their field goal got blocked on Miles Harden. But other than that, the defense was on point today. Definitely. They was definitely on point. For 3 weeks in a row, the defense has did their thing. Number 4, no mental lapses. No mental lapses really with the defense. And number 5, finally, the defense got a turnover. Grant Delpit on an interception. Not only did he intercept the ball, but he had the presence of mind to run it far as close to the goal line as he could, where it gave the Browns a very short field where the Browns did score a touchdown on the Quinshon Judkins 1-yard run. They got some turnovers. Offense, now that's a whole different story. Offense, let's just say this on offense. Running game, Quinshon Judkins got going in the fourth quarter. Because he led them on the first drive in the fourth quarter where they scored a field goal. He had a 38-yard run. More vertical down the field passing, that has little to be desired. I didn't see much. Joe Flacco had Isaiah Bond open a couple of times and he missed them. One on the play where the ball got intercepted. Isaiah Bond was streaking towards the end zone. Try to cut down the mental mistakes for the most part. The offense, hey, okay. Joe Flacco left a lot on the field today. No damn turnovers. They only had 1 turnover. Which was on an interception by Flacco at the end of the first half. And 5, the receivers need to catch the damn ball. Well, looking at the Browns offensively, Dave Njoku had 5 receptions for 40 yards. Cedric Tillman had 3 catches for 26 yards. Harold Fannin had 3 catches for 25 yards. And Jared Jeudy only had 1 catch for 17 yards. Isaiah Bond had 2 catches for 16 yards. Jerome Ford, 4 catches for 10 yards. And Jamari Thrash, 2 catches for 7 yards. But I'm just going to say this. Oh, wow. I got to get that off of there. I'm just gonna say this that how can I say this with Flacco? Um I'm just gonna be honest. This was a game in which the Cleveland Browns defense and special teams won this game today. The special teams with the field goal block late against Green Bay when Green Bay was attempting a 42-yard field goal attempt, and kicker Andrew Smith made all of his conversions. Made two field goals, the game winner at the end, which was a 55-yard field goal. Congrats to Andrew Smith, one of the stars of my rookie board today. He made all his kicks, and the special teams made a play when it mattered the most, which helped the Browns secure a victory today against the Green Bay Packers. I mean, when it mattered most, but the defense played at a high level. High level. The defense played at a high level today. I mean, shout out to the Cleveland Browns defense. They played at a high level. They played at another level, to be honest. They played at another level. And if they continue to play like this, the Browns will be in a lot of games this year. Because I said if the Browns don't turn the ball over, they'll have a shot. I said it. If they don't turn the ball over or whatnot, do mental errors on offense and everything, the Browns will have a shot or be in it late. Now, I didn't know if they was going to win the game or not like that, but I said they would have it. They would be in it late, and they were. And they were. Far as for the Quinshawn Judkins, 18 carries, 94 yards. 18 carries, 94 yards. Quinshawn Judkins was doing big things today. He was definitely doing big things today. Definitely. Like I said, is the Browns pulled it out. They pulled it out. Pulled it out. They're 1-2 on the season. Next up will be Detroit. In Detroit next week, Browns are 1-2. It's fitting that the Browns win, and I think the Guardians' win streak is about to come to an end because they was down 6-2 today. How fitting! But the Cleveland Browns got the win, but still doesn't excuse some things because Joe Flacco didn't play well today. He didn't play well. He missed a lot of throws. A lot of throws he missed. And it makes you wonder, when are the Browns going to actually pull the plug on Flacco and try to see what they got with the young guys, the young guns. Because our rookies are doing the damn thing everywhere else on the field, on the other positions. Let's be real. Our rookies are doing the damn thing on the field everywhere else. And pretty soon, I think it might be time to give the rookie quarterbacks a chance. Because to be honest, to be totally honest, I give Flacco probably the Detroit game. And after the Detroit game, when they're on their way out to England to kick it with Austin Powers and company, I think you make that change against Minnesota. Or if it gets ugly in Detroit, I think you make that change. If it gets ugly next week in Detroit, I think you make that change because I think a lot of people have come to expect that Joe Flacco of 2023. And the Joe Flacco of 2023 is not coming out. It's not coming on that field. That Flacco is long gone. He's not coming out on that field. And like I said, the Flacco of 23 is not coming out on that field at all. And I think, like I said, I'll probably give him the Detroit game. And if it gets weird and wild and ugly against the Lions, then I'll probably shift over to the rookies. I would shift over to the rookie quarterbacks and see what they got and see what they can do. Because there's a lot of plays that probably can be made, but Joe Flacco can't move. He just can't move. He just cannot move. And honestly, I don't know what to say. I mean, because you can't let this win cloud your judgment and be like, oh, well, we can stick with Flacco and all that. No. You can't. You can't let that win cloud your judgment. Browns pulled this game out of they you-know-whats today. They pulled this game out of the you-know-whats today. And everything. And like I said, I would give Flacco next week in Detroit, but after that, all bets are off. I would definitely say all bets are off. And like I said, I don't know. All bets are off. Dylan Gabriel had 63 starts in college, so he should be ready. Hopefully, Kevin done got these rookies up to speed of what is expected when they do get their shot. Hopefully, Kevin has done that. But we shall see. But anyway, the Cleveland Browns won today 13-10. 13-10. And which made my prediction wrong because I had Green Bay winning this game 24-17, which made it wrong, but sometimes it's cool to be wrong when you really want it to right. When you really want it to right. Sometimes it's cool to be wrong. But, like I said, the Cleveland Browns win this game 13-10. 13-10. The defense was beasting. I'm going to go over some defensive stats, if I may. Go over some defensive stats. Grant Delpit played a hell of a game. 6 tackles, 3 assisted tackles. Carson Schweschinger, consistent. Rookie, but it's consistent. 6 tackles, 3 assisted tackles, 1 sack. He got a hell of a sack on Jordan Love in the open field. Denzel Ward, 4 tackles, 1 assisted. Greg Newsome, 4 tackles. Ronnie Hickman, 4 tackles. Devin Bush, quietly, he has played well at the other linebacker spot for the Browns. He's held it down too. Devin Bush, 3 tackles, 3 assisted tackles. Myles Garrett, 2 tackles, 4 assisted, half a sack. Malik Collins, 2 tackles, 3 assisted tackles, 1.5 sacks for the day. Aiden Huntington, another rookie, had 2 tackles, 2 assisted tackles, and a half a sack. He had a sack with Myles Garrett. Aiden Huntington has been playing well. And I mean, hey, Alex Wright, that 1 sack, he had a sack today. Let's see, Isaiah McGuire. Didn't see him in there. Isaiah McGuire got nothing from him. Got much from him on here in the stat category and stuff. But the Browns defense is playing at a high level. And they will be in many games this year with the defense. It's just a matter of what the offense can do, to be honest. But we've seen some hope from Quinshawn Judkins, 18 carries for 94 yards, scored his first touchdown. We've seen a little bit of flicker of hope for Isaiah Bond. He caught 2 passes today, and he was open on a few plays. Joe Flacco couldn't get the ball to him. Harold Fannin, consistent. Been consistent all year. The Browns rookie class is doing some damn things. Let me see me go to my rookie board and everything. Matter of fact, I need to go to my other rookie board that I had. Because I had another one because I had to put somebody off because Gage Larvadan had got released. And he wasn't on the original rookie board that I had on here. So I'm scrolling. Oh, there we go. There we go. Scrolling down here. Putting this on. My rookie board will be up and show you who did their thing today. The Browns rookie class might be Andrew Berry's saving grace. To be honest. Might be his saving grace. Isaiah Bond caught 2 passes today. Mason Graham was in the defensive backfield, making a presence on the D-line. Carson Schwessinger, need I say more? Dude was everywhere. Quinshawn Judkins had a stellar game. 18 carries, 94 yards. And against Green Bay's defense. And a few very big runs in the fourth quarter. Harold Fannin caught 3 passes today. Aiden Huntington had a half a sack with Myles Garrett. Was in on a couple tackles on the defensive line and everything. And he played a little tight end, a little H-back today also. Dylan Sampson didn't really do too much today. 1 carry, 2 yards. Didn't really do too much, but, hey. The formation of him and Judkins together, it's going to be magic. Trust and believe me. Andres Smith, after being the donkey of the day on game 1 against Cincinnati, since that game in Cincinnati, he has made all of his kicks. He has been 6 for 6 on the PATs and the field goals, including a 55-yard field goal to win the game today. Shout out to Andrew Smith because he could have just completely fell apart after the first game against Cincinnati. He could have completely fell apart after the first game of Cincinnati, but shout out to Andrew Smith. And all his kicks were straight down the middle. That 55-yard field goal could have went for 65 yards. He's doing his thing now and everything. So, hey, Cleveland Browns 1-2. They got the win. Scored 13 points in the last 3-4 minutes of the ball game. Sometimes all wins are not created equal. Sometimes you're going to have that ugly win. Sometimes you're going to have them blowouts, like I said. But a win is a win. Way to go, Cleveland Browns. If you got any comments, feel free to chat with me and everything. Feel free to chat with me. This is a Browns winning Sunday, as the Browns has won 13-10. And hey, I was wrong. I predicted the Browns to lose 24-14. I was wrong. But hey, the Browns got to win. Never discount that. You can never discount a win. I take the wins any day and everything. Next week, the Browns go to Detroit to face the Detroit Lions. in a game where Detroit could possibly be 1-2 as well. Think about this. If Andrew Schmidt would have made his field goals in game one, an extra point in game one, Browns could be 2-1. And if the Browns hadn't have gave the ball away and gave the Ravens breaks in short fields, the Browns would have been in that game late. Think about that. And how would the perspective be looking at the Browns then with a 2-1 record? Now the offense, that's a work in progress. The offense is definitely a work in progress. Like I said, it might be Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders' time. I'm be honest, but the offense is a work in progress because I'll just say this. I think a lot of us wanted Joe Flacco based on 2023. And let's just be honest here. I don't think that 2023 Flacco is coming back in the building. Right now, we're here with the 2025 Flacco, and it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good at all and everything. But, hey, I think they're going to give him next week against Detroit. And we will see what happens. We will definitely see what happens next week against Detroit. And I think if he goes off the rails in Detroit, I think the Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders era will begin with the Cleveland Browns. Because both quarterbacks are far more mobile than Joe. I say that. And if you're Kevin Stefanski, and since he's the quarterback guru or the quarterback missionary, he should have these young bucks ready to play. Because to be honest, with all the other rookies that they got out there, they're ready to play. So I would expect the same of Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. Either one. They should be ready to play. But I know this Browns defense is probably, man, this could be one of their best I've seen in a long time. Because the defense just played a pretty great game against a good offensive team. You talking about Jordan Love, quarterback, Josh Jacobs, their receiving core, tight ends. Green Bay ain't no joke. And think about it. The Browns beat a Super Bowl contender. Because Green Bay probably has something to say about going to the Super Bowl in the NFC. They beat a Super Bowl contender. Imagine that. Imagine that. The Browns defense kept them in the game to where they pulled it out. And like I said, Cleveland Browns 1-2, and I think their defense is going to keep them in a lot of games this year. It's a matter of what the offense can do. Because right now, I don't see it too much of Flacco right now. I don't, because he missed a lot of plays. Just gonna be honest, and like I said, I give him one more game. I'll probably give him the Detroit game. He's good for the locker room. I'll be honest, he's a veteran presence. It's good for the locker room. But I don't see nothing else more and everything and stuff like that. Let me go on some scores for you all as I digress. Let's see. Cincinnati Bengals took it on the chin against the Minnesota Vikings, 48-10. Ew. Cincinnati Bengals got their ass kicked. Ooh, 48-10. And it looks like, I'm going to be honest, if Joe Burrow is out for as long as they say he's going to be out, Cincinnati might have a long season. A long, very long season. The Jaguars beat the Texans 17-10. The Indianapolis Colts beat the Tennessee Titans 41-20. The Washington Commanders, no Jaden Daniels, no effing problem. They defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 41-24. And in probably one of the better games of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles defeated the LA Rams 33-26 on a blocked field goal attempt, where the guy picked it up and ran it all the way in for a touchdown. Wow, I didn't see this coming. The Carolina Panthers shut out the Atlanta Falcons 30-0. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the New England Patriots 21-14. I had that game. I had New England winning. Wow. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers late field goal defeats the New York Jets 29-27. And in the games that's currently going on, the LA Chargers lead the Denver Broncos 3-0 in the second quarter at the 2-minute warning. The Seattle Seahawks are running roughshod over the New Orleans Saints 35-3 in the second quarter. And the Chicago Bears lead the Dallas Cowboys 14-6 in the second quarter. And the Arizona Cardinals are leading the San Francisco 49ers 3-0. 3-0 in the second quarter. Kansas City Chiefs take on the New York Giants later on this evening at 8:20, and the Detroit Lions play the Baltimore Ravens tomorrow night. Now let me see what the Guardians are doing and everything, because I was looking and I seen that the Guardians was winning at one time. They was up 2-0. The Guardians lost today. The 10-game winning streak is over. The Guardians lost to the Minnesota Twins 6-2. They're second in the AL Central. And I don't know their playoff position or anything right now, but the Guardians got to lick their wounds, be ready, because the Detroit Tigers will be here tomorrow in a big 3-game series. And that 3-game series probably will determine the AL Central Division for the most part. If the Guardians lose 6-2, let's see if the Detroit Tigers won today. The Detroit Tigers lost to the Atlanta Braves 6-2. So the Guardians are still one game in back of the Tigers. One game in back of the Tigers. Let me see where the Guardians stand in playoff position and all that. Let's see. They're one game in back of the Tigers. One game in back of the Tigers. And in the wild card, let's see. In the AL West, the wild card. Don't know yet, because I don't know what Houston's doing and everything. Let me see what Houston is doing. Let me see. See, Houston plays tonight against Seattle and everything. So the Guardians right now are half a game out the wild card and a game back of Detroit, because Detroit also lost to Atlanta today as well. Atlanta got a suck record, but they gave the Guardians all they can handle, and they gave the Detroit Tigers all they can handle. So let's see. Let's see what I got here. Let's see what I got here. Let's see. Tomorrow, well, Tuesday, the Cleveland Guardians and Detroit Tigers start a 3-game series on Tuesday. And probably the winner, whoever wins 2 out of 3 or sweeps, will probably be in firm control of the American League Central Division. They will probably be in firm control of the AL Central Division between the Guardians and the Tigers. And think about it, Guardians was 10 games out earlier this month, at the beginning of the month, and 15 and a half games back in August. Wow. Guardians made up all that ground. Let's see if the Guardians can pull through and get the division. Let's see. Because the wild card, I'm going to be honest, I don't trust. Because you got Boston, you got Houston, and Houston and Seattle going back and forth, and they may both end up having a better record than ours. And Boston might end up having a better record than ours. I don't trust it. I don't trust it in the wild card. So you might as well go for the division since it's there for the taking. But anyway, back to the Browns. I got a chat here. Let's see. What's up, Sean? What's up? Love the victory by the Browns. However, they got to play Gabriel because Joe just doesn't have it. Sean, I agree with you 110% because, like I said, if you're waiting on the 2023 model of Joe Flacco, it ain't happening. It ain't happening because he had a lot of throws out there. He had Isaiah Bond running around open all game, and he could not connect with him. And like I said, Sean, you're right. I think it's Dylan Gabriel time. Like I said, I'll probably give him the Detroit game. But if it starts getting strange and weird against Detroit and ugly, and it's looking the same, it's time to pivot. Because honestly, when it come time to go to England and go play Minneapolis, I'm down with whatever. For real, I'm down with whatever. I'm down definitely with whatever and stuff as far as the quarterback position and stuff. Because Flacco is not getting it done. By no means, he's not getting it done. Nothing against the guy. He could be a good guy on the bench and everything to give insight to the rookies while they're out there. But right now, Flacco is not getting it done. He's not getting it done. I mean, they're not even challenging going downfield. And when you go up against good defenses like Green Bay, Baltimore, Detroit's defense is going to be pretty tough. They're going to close you in because you're not going to stretch them vertically. The Browns don't have nobody that scares them vertically. But when your quarterback ain't getting the ball out there vertically, I mean, it's just, it boxes you in and you got to grind. Like they say they're going to grind it out, but can you grind it out 80 yards? Can you grind it out 70 yards at a time? I don't think so. Not in today's NFL. No. So, I mean, like I said, Sean, I agree with you all the way. It might be time for a change. Like I said, I would give Flacco the Detroit game, but after that, I can't guarantee Joe nothing after that. After Detroit, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, can't guarantee him after that. And people will say, well, the rookies can't face no defense and stuff like Minnesota, no defense, stuff like Pittsburgh. Hey, they're going to have to face it sometime. It's the NFL. This is the NFL. And every team is worthy of competition. And the rookies are going to go out there one day. For real. Think about it. Our rookies at our other positions are playing well, playing at a high level. So who's to say Dylan Gabriel can't get that Browns offense a spark? Who's to say that? Who's to say the Shedeur Sanders can't give that offense a spark? Because right now, that offense is dead in the water right now. Dead in the water. You got a running back, Quinshawn Judkins. You got 2 tight ends. Your receivers are iffy, if that. And you got a weapon out the backfield, Dylan Sampson. But if you're not going to stretch the field, it's all for naught, because you can't just constantly go grindstone and try to grind 70, 80 yards against these NFL defenses. It's just not going to happen without a turnover, without a penalty or something like that, especially with no quick strike ability. That just is not going to happen at all. Not going to happen. But with that being said, on the Browns' victory Sunday, this is your man, Keith Allen. I'm about to get up out of here. Everybody have a good evening. Celebrate, enjoy this Browns victory. Celebrate and enjoy it. And don't take it for granted, because they got it against a Super Bowl contender. A Super Bowl contender. Imagine that. Nobody had the Browns beating Green Bay today. Nobody. Nobody had the Browns beating Green Bay today. But the Browns got it done. And they won 13-10. This your man Keith Allen for AllAboutSports216 Cleveland Browns postgame show. I'm about to sign out. Everybody enjoy your week. Have fun. Be peaceful. I will see y'all on Thursday evening at 6 o'clock with the All About Sports 216, the show, where I'll be talking about the Cleveland Browns, 1-2 heading to Detroit. I'll be talking about the Cleveland Guardians, whether they're in the wild card race or the AL Central champions or not. And I'll be talking about the Cavs, because they'll be opening training camp very soon. Very soon. And I'll be talking about Ohio State, because Ohio State got a big game coming up as they go on their first road tilt next Saturday against the Washington Huskies, who put the hammer down on their in-state rival Washington State yesterday. So both teams will be 3-0. Ohio State going on the road. That will be interesting. We'll see what Ohio State got on the road. And other than that, I will see you all soon. This is your man Keith Allen signing out with All About Sports 216 Cleveland Browns post-game show. Peace and have a good evening.
Go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down. We reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy. Dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game. This is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense. Special team running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.